All right, hello. What is going on, everyone? And welcome back to another Black Desert Global Lab patch notes reading for July 4th. So, yeah, now I think is a good time to start reading Global Lab notes because we recently had the Heidel Ball and we want to know what's coming out and when. So, I'll leave a link in the description to the official Global Lab notes that we'll be reading today. It's translated from Korean to English, so I'll try to make it make sense. But a lot of stuff is coming out within the next 2 months that they talked about in the Heidel Ball, and we just kind of want to know what's happening. I think I have a general idea from what they talked about of what's coming out next week, but we'll read up on the official notes just to see what's happening. So, first of all, Wukong, the new class that came out as of this week on the live servers. I am still doing a little bit of testing. I don't think anyone realistically knows how well it is right now because it's a new class and there's just straight up not enough time put into it so that people can compare it to others yet. So we can give that like another week or so. But admittedly, I don't know Wukong that well. My only experience was when I played it a little bit, and I actually thought it was fun. The one thing that a lot of people talked about is it only had one grab, which I play a Dark Knight main, which we have 0 grabs. So apparently people are complaining that it doesn't have enough of them, which is a wild take to me. But anyway, so people say that going full offensive, like straight AP, all damage, no defenses, is kind of feels weird, and it kind of needs a little bit more defenses. But that's just from what I've been hearing people say, and I've only done PvE on it a little bit. So anyway, with that said, let's see. As a general thing, are these buffs or nerfs? I'd like to think that they're making it better. Obviously, it's a new class. They want to sell outfits and everything, weight and inventory, so they should probably be buffing it instead of nerfing it. So HP recovery effect has been changed from 100, or like I guess per level, from 100 to 400 to 50. Okay, so that is a nerf. Like HP recovery from effect going down. It must have been like you get too much healing, and then they want to tone that down. All right, so next, and these look like, yeah, these are all. Let me see. Okay, let me see. Main weapon and open. I don't think there's a succession yet. There's awakening, and then there's like your normal, but I don't think there's full succession yet. Added the effect of recovering from 25, 50, 75, 100 when hitting successfully. 100 at 100. Okay. While using the skill, you can also use it in the air without any problems. Improvement have been made to allow you to use a skill more smoothly. That's always a good thing. Camera rotation effect has been removed. I think they're trying to balance that with mouse movement. I'm not sure if this is a console issue as well, because mouse movement is like, how do I describe it to people? It makes the game clunky, and like, you do an ability in one direction, you just mouse move and directly target something else without even any animations going for it. I think that's a good way to describe it, but either way, it's like you're looking at something, flick to that way, and then you can't even predict something is happening. So I think that was probably what they're trying to fix, because it is what it is. All right. Change that so the movement and attack actions do not collide with monsters. Change that so the falling motion does not occur below a certain height. That seems like a good change. When using the technique from an excessively high position, falling motion is output. Sure, that makes sense. Aren't like attacks and abilities supposed to collide with monsters? I don't know. Maybe, unless they mean that it's not like you can't like climb up a wall, you know, those kind of things, and that's what you're doing on enemies. I guess that makes sense. I don't know any of these skills by the Korean translated names, nor do I really know it by English names because I just don't have enough time into it. But if you were to show me a picture of it, I think I could tell you what it is. But not like picture, but like a animation. All right. Increase the speed at which a character rotates relative to the camera when using the skill. So like if you flick the mouse or whatever your controller, well, it's not even on console, but if you flick the speed and then it turns faster, it should match everything else. I think that's fine. The time the character can rotate has been reduced depending on the camera rotation. Magical power from the gourd has been changed from 3.4 to 2.5. I feel like that's a good thing. Improve the character movement to the character rotation when using. So basically, if you don't know how Wukong works, you do abilities, you get like energy or whatever in the gourd, right? It's kind of like Nova, where you can do things and you want to make sure the gourd does not run out, essentially. Unlike Nova, where you go from 100 to 0, you use your gourd abilities and then you try to keep that going as long as possible. And that's essentially Wukong in a nutshell. So all of these are just character movement based on camera rotation. Probably fine. Control keys have been basically it's making things flow smoother, which I think is good. Skills cooldown has been changed from 877 to 655. 2 seconds in a rotation is actually a lot for any class, any skill. So I believe it or not, when people are like, oh, it's only a 1 second cooldown, if you know how to play your class really well, 1 second is a lot. So that's good. Yeah, overall, I think these are just a lot of movements and not so much damage, but like movement, cooldown reduction, and like quality of life collisions, which I think are overall good. Class modifications. This is basically what they were talking about as in like a TLDR from all of that. So why they changed developer notes. All right, so energy burn. Recently, we've updated it so you can get life skill. You know the Black Spirit thing where you change 50 or 100 energy to that? They revamped that entirely. And you know how you would only get it at level 50? Now you get it at 35, which I think the biggest thing that they changed is they added life skill XP to it so people can dump energy even faster, which overall is probably not a... It's not a bad thing. It is what it is. Just use it. It's fine. All right, so Sovereign Subweapon. This is what we're all preparing for next month in August. We have a video of it talking about how to get it, everything. And now we get to see the stats on it. So to maintain PvP balance, we believe it's also necessary to increase AP and accuracy to some degree. Even after it goes live, they're still going to adjust it. How about you start adjusting it now, like before it goes live? But anyway, they are changing it to the main hand and Awakening from Pen, Hex, and Sep. They increased the AP from 1, 2, and 3. We already knew that. They talked about that in the Heidel Ball. That's, you know, everyone who has like an Oct, a weapon, you're getting some extra AP, which I think is overall good. So, with that said, this is a before and after. Here's how you do it. So, if some people are confused, what do these numbers mean? You take these numbers divided by 2, and that's the like AP number in like on your sheet. So yeah, basically we're getting +1, +2, and so on for your weapons. This is a good thing. Everyone over like 310 AP, I think, or was it 330? Or it's getting some sheet AP, not sheet AP, but like the stat one, just because they're trying to like boost everyone for the new region. All right, so we are getting a new Garmoth's Heart that reforms with the Sovereign, and your current Garmoths to give you an extra stats, and we're getting more AP on your sheet for having upgraded ones. So basically, for all of you who are at Oct, we're getting some bonuses. And if you have a Garmoth Heart, you can get an additional 50 hit power. I believe that is accuracy. Hit power you probably think is HP, like the health. I think in translation, this is accuracy. All right, so added the ability to upgrade the King's primary weapon with the Heart of Garmoth. So your Sovereign main hand with the Garmoth's Heart is getting an upgrade, kind of like, the Vel's Heart, where it upgrades to Exalted. So it's only for main hand right now. Maybe in the future they'll add another one. Probably will. But either way, we're getting some bonuses with it. That's good. Everyone's getting a Garmoth's Heart. So I've had a few questions and comments on, like, should I sell my Garmoth's Heart? And the answer is, if you have more than 3 of them, then you can sell them. You need one for your main hand. Obviously, you still need one for your offhand and your awakening. And if you play Shy as well, you need 4 because it doesn't tag the same way you would tag everything else. So you need 3 for your primary, 1 extra for the Shy Awakening Soul that does not tag the same way. And I think it's safe to sell one of them, assuming you have like a Black Star with a Garmoth and then like a Nuver, because next month they're going to combine those 2, or if you don't have them, you're only going to be using 1, and there's no need for Nuver next month. So if you have like 4 of them right now, then you could sell 1 of them. If you don't play Shy and don't care, then 3 is all you need. Okay, so anyway, with that said, new Garmoth's Heart, new accuracy, addition to your current thing, so it's not like a new thing. You're getting this from the rewards, so if you don't have 3 of them, just use it. And if you do have 3 of them, congratulations, you have 4. You cannot sell the one that they're giving you next week. So if you have one from previously, you can sell that one, and this one you cannot sell. So if that makes sense. Yeah, you could probably get rid of one of them that you have if you're just combining it with the same thing. So ultimately, you should be able, as of next week, a lot of people are probably going to be selling a Garmoth's Heart or 2. And if you need them, start saving up money because they're going to go down a little bit, I think. I have a good feeling because at least here on NA, there's only like 100-something orders. And then if they're giving it to literally everybody who has a level 61 character or over 200 hours, which is basically everyone these days who still plays the game, then yeah, you should have this. So you have to do the main quest, the Abyss 1 Magnus, so Magnus quest line, 117 quest chain. If you've been playing for a while, all of these are basically free. Cool. Farmers, life skilling. They're adding an Old Moon seed pouch that lets you store all your seeds. While our end goal is to let you stack seeds right in front of your inventory, that's going to take a while. Brother, why does that take so long? If you don't do farming or you don't do hoe gathering, then this is a non-issue for you. But for anyone who does gathering, like herb gathering and everything, this is a big thing. All we want is to let you stack the herbs, because I can assure you, you can get like a couple thousand of them in one. And this thing only allows you to store 50. What a joke, dude. Add another 0 or 2 to the end of that, and then that's how you can temporarily band-aid fix the problem. But yeah, either way, the end goal is to let us, they want us to be able to stack it, but it's not here yet. Why? I don't know. I guess each seed has a different code number or something. But either way, this seems like a non-issue if you don't do any herb gathering or farming. And even if you do farming, like, here's what I do. You take a second character, leave it by your farms, and then let them hold all the extra crops. Don't put it on your main. Just put it on a second character. Problem solved. How do you get the extra inventory slots? Your second character, do the story, and then the event should give you a lot of extra inventory slots. So literally problem solved. Now we get more. Very cool. Holy wall of text. What is this? Oh, Black Star Kudum, secondary offhands changing. So basically, with the increase in AP and everything, they're reforming the extra AP that you get from all your weapons. So basically, TLDR for all of this is anyone above 310 AP, you're getting more AP. For everything above 310, you get an extra boost, which also includes Kudum and Nuver. They also get a boost to not your sheet stats, which I think that does too, but you know how like on a Kudum it gives you plus like 62 or something to your monster damage. They're increasing that number. So at the Heidel Ball, they originally said that each extra AP above 310 would grant an extra AP against monster +5. After the further balancing is now +8 per AP. Let me get the calculator out to figure this out. I am 354 AP with no, like Calamity 8, 9, 10 boss buff. So let's take that. So 44 AP times 8. That is also before the Hex, Sep, and Oct, or the Pen, Hex, and Sep. That gives you another 3. So that's like another 24. And then the bonus from like the upgrades and everything. Basically, I'm getting about 400 extra stat AP damage as of next patch. And I assume a lot of you guys are getting a lot as well. Most of us are probably getting at least a couple, like 100-200. People who are like above the extra cap is getting a lot more. So here's one thing they're probably working on right now. If they're giving everyone like 400 sheet, or not sheet AP, but like stat AP or monster damage, they have to tweak every single grind spot in the game. So chances are they don't have everything changed. And with that said, you guys should probably be grinding as much as you can before they tweak everything. And I guess I should probably, as of next week, start working on the best grind spots video again, because everything is changing. So that is going to be happening soon. Currently, Black Star secondary weapon +67. Black Star or after the change 170. Oh, so you know that 300 something that we just looked at? That's like added another that, so that's about 500 plus AP or against monsters. I can already do every grind spot. They're just working on giving everyone a boost for Adonia, I assume. That's cool. Oh, this is the... Is this the upcoming sub-weapon? The Sovereign? What tier is this? Oh, since it's 0 out of 3, I assume that's base. And then base is probably, the equivalent of C20 Nuver plus Pen Black Star. And then you upgrade it and it goes like +1 or something on the side. We don't actually know the Sovereign offhand stats completely yet, but from what we're looking at here, this is probably base. Okay, so another thing they talked about is they're making doing Atoraxxion Dungeons a lot easier and less time consuming. So basically you get the dagger and go straight to the boss. You could skip the trash and story on the side if you want to, but that's about it. I think that's a good change. Change that so the horse is not automatically summoned when completing the Wukong opening quest. Yeah, I did that, and it happened. It was something. All right. Added a feature that conveniently allows you to use the energy of your other characters while you are on the worker contract. That's a huge change, actually. That's a very good one. Some people might not think it's a big thing, but for all of you who have almost 40 characters, because that's how many slots you can have, this is nice. And yeah, that's a good change. Okay, so bug fixes and changes. Let's see. Is there anything notable for everyone and not just specific classes? Because those are different. Music stuff, arch, very individual classes. Fixed an issue where characters would not get stuck in certain terrain in the Valley of Olens in the Battlefield of Solaire. You know, the Arena of Solaire season just ended like the other day. You should fix this issue during the season, not after it. Wait, would not get stuck in certain terrain. Yeah, this seems like an issue that should be fixed like immediately, not after the season ends. Like, what in the world? Okay. Controller players, Wukong issues, Wizard Ranger. Fix the issue where visibility settings would be changed for accessories. You want to... Okay, so here's an issue that I noticed. This is very selective. So if you have the new outfit that they recently released this week, it changes it. It's like a visual error that allows you to be seen with that, even if you swap your outfit. Is it a big deal? Does it break the game? No, it's just something I've noticed. With that said, that's about it this month. Or no, not this month, this week. I think overall this is a good change, actually. We're getting a free Garmoth's Heart if you've done everything. Life Skillers, you can get one additional buff. That's cool. It's a Band-Aid fix. Farming, you get the bag. Wukong buffs or changes. And yeah, we're just prepping for Sovereign. So with that said, that's about it. Overall, I think it's a good change. Everyone's getting more sheet AP and total stats, so up is better than down, so I think that's it. Anyway, with that said, that's all I wanted to talk about today. Thanks so much for watching. If you're new to your channel, hit that subscribe button. Would love to see you come back. And I have a bunch of videos I guess I need to update, like the grind spot stuff, because that's changing soon, TM, and so I should probably start working on that again. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.